Okay, the next meal I want to show you, a backcountry meal that I do. This is called Backcountry Burritos. So I'm actually going to take turkey burritos. I would normally take beef, but with making meals for two of us, myself and my son Cameron, for this trip, running a little low on meat that's ready, so I'm going to take turkey, which I had. So one reason I don't take this meal is that this meal is heavier. So I don't take it all that often because the tortillas, the flat for the burritos are quite heavy. Even though I'm only going to take two, they're still quite heavy and they certainly add to the weight of the meal. So I'm going to treat it kind of like a rice dish. So I'm going to make a kind of a big rice dish. I'll spoon what I can into the two burrito wraps and eat them. And then I'll have a leftover rice dish that won't fit in that I'll just eat. So I got a cup of instant rice here. And I'm making a big meal, so I use nesting pots. So I have a 4-cup pot, 1 liter, 7-cup pot, which is 1 3/4 liters, and a frying pan. They all nest in together, real nice and pretty. So I'm kind of aiming to have about this pot full, so about 4 cups or 1 liter of food is what I'm aiming for my meals when I'm out backpacking and canoeing, because I want to make sure that I'm fueled for the trip. So, just like all my meals, I'm going to start with an empty bag and I'll start packing stuff in. So I'll put my rice in there. For my rice, I want some bouillon, so I have about a tablespoon of chicken bouillon there. So I'll put that in with my instant rice as I cook it on the trail. Right, and then I've got my turkey, and I'm going to rehydrate my turkey all together with my other vegetables and whatnot. So I've got black beans, which I'm going to put in it to make it more hearty. So those are... I don't know when I dehydrated those. Might even be as much as 2 years ago I dehydrated those. They last forever in the freezer. Well, maybe not forever. I have salsa, so I've dehydrated some salsa here. So that's probably half a cup, maybe half a cup of salsa. And when I rehydrate that, I'm going to rehydrate that with dehydrated sour cream. I'm going to bring those back together, and I'm going to put those on. I'll put that on my burritos. Bags are not cooperating here. I'll put some dehydrated sour cream in there. And it smells good. It smells like sour cream and salsa, which is exactly what it is. So when I dehydrate the salsa, I just put it on my liquid trays, put it on my dehydrator, dehydrate it, and then I try to chop it into some kind of a powder. Put that in there. So in my chicken, I'm going to put a few vegetables too. So I'm going to put a few green peppers, which I have here, dehydrated green peppers. I'll put a few of those in there because I want there to be a fair amount of vegetables too. I love vegetables. I'm going to have some dehydrated onions right there. Get a little pinch of that in there. I'm going to have a bunch of dehydrated red pepper, which is right there. Put that in there, make it red peppery. And there's my vegetables, my vegetables. You see I kind of roll the bag, try to squeeze the air out. I want to get things as compact as possible in there. Now I'm going to pack my flatbreads in a separate bag. So there's the meal there. I got some flatbreads here, just picked them up from Dempster's up here in Canada, at Walmart. So I'm going to put a couple of those in a bag, and like I said, they're quite heavy. So, but it's nice. You can't really. I could make it just a rice dish, but I'm going to take 2 of these, fold them in half. They're tough. You see a lot of people that are out backpacking, canoeing, that kind of stuff, and they're taking flatbreads and they're making lunch and all that kind of stuff on them because they're very durable. They, they don't go moldy for a long time before they go rancid. Anyway, it's just not something I normally take. I don't like the extra weight. There we are. Backcountry burritos. This time for me it's going to be turkey, but you can use any sort of meat that you dehydrate. You use ham, I suppose, if you want to do, but ground beef, chicken, turkey, pork. You could do whatever you wanted to make this. So, should be good out on the trail. We'll see you there.
All right, here we are at camp. Gonna make a burrito dish here tonight. I'm working with one hand, so don't shake the camera too much. So I got a squirrel running behind me, hungry. So we're gonna put our vegetables in the pot. our vegetables in here for rehydrating. We're a little bit late getting to camp here this evening. So these are going to be chicken burritos. We got a sauce to make. We got some beans to make. So we'll get our beans out. We're going to get some water in there to get this stuff rehydrating, reconstituting. We'll make our sauces and stuff later. Put some water in there. Rehydrating. And I think I'll put my sauce in too and put some water in my sauce as well. I'll come right back for that. Okay, so we're putting our sauce in here. A little bit of thickening to it. So I'm just going to put some sour cream and salsa in there. And just a little bit of water to kind of let that soak up in there a little bit. Some mosquitoes and black flies here, and it's October 4th. They're coming out to visit. There we go. Now we'll let that rehydrate for a good 30 minutes at least, and then we'll start heating stuff up and cooking the meal. Alright, as you can see, we are into the dark here. Hopefully you can see a little bit of what we're doing. For some reason, it's October 4th and we're being swarmed by mosquitoes. I'm turning on the stove, so I've got my, this is chicken burritos, or turkey burritos, so I got my stuff all in there, if you can see that or not, hopefully. We're going to bring that to a boil. While that's boiling, if you can see over here, I'm going to get my rice ready. So I've measured out about a cup of rice in my water bottle. I have a cup of instant rice here with some bouillon. Put that all in together. We've got some carrots in there by the looks of it. They call that product transfer from bag to bag. So I got about a cup of water for my cup of rice, and I'm going to pour that in there. So it's ready to go, so I'll be able to bring that to a boil as well. Oh, I got the pine needle in it. Yummy, yummy. Those pine needles make things taste good. So I've got a couple flatbreads here that I'm going to eat my burritos on. I got some liquid in with my sauce, but it didn't do much of a job of rehydrating. We're kind of on the rush here tonight. Right now we're feeding the mosquitoes by the feel of it. So that's just about to a boil. So we'll drain the water off from this and use this in our sauce as we need to. So there we go. Hopefully you can see that. So that was, this is the first night, so that was water from home. So we got that on there. Now I'm going to take my lid, put it on there, bring that rice to a boil. It won't take too long to do that. Then I'll start making my sauce, which is sour cream and salsa mixed together for my burrito once my rice is done. So I won't bore you with the boiling. We'll be back in a minute or two. Okay, so the rice is coming along. You can see that there. So I got about a cup of rice in there. It's just instant rice, so you boil her until it's kind of wet and sticky, which is pretty much what that is right there. There's my rice. I'll take that off and bring my vegetables back to a boil again so they're hot, because I like them hot. They should be quite hot now, and then I'm going to make this sauce. Well, it's not much of a sauce. It's salsa and sour cream. I hope you can see this all right. This could be a scratched video to make for another trip. Mosquitoes are biting my ankles. It's nice. I'm glad that they're finding me very tasty. You can see that as I try to burn myself. Try to get the light in there for you. So I'm going to drain off water to make that. I don't want to do too much. Oh, I can smell it. So this is just some salsa that I dehydrated at home. I'm just going to do it like any sauce. Just kind of break it down, work it, bring it to a boil. As I mentioned in other videos I've watched them, the sour cream is dehydrated sour cream. It does not come back nice and smooth and whatever. it'll stay kind of chunky, but you'll get that sour cream flavor. So as far as a looks perspective, it's maybe not the most appetizing looking product that I bring, but tastes good. Tastes like sour cream. So I'm just going to work that sauce a little bit. It looks pretty good in the headlamp light. It's a decent consistency. It's a decent consistency. I might add a little more water, condense it just a little more. The more you play with the sauce, the better the sauce will be. I got the heat down low. It's a very mild night. It was 21 degrees Celsius roughly while we were paddling here this afternoon. I had some issues with some low water, which took some time, which was kind of fun, but what it did is it put us at camp even later than expected. We were already expected to be here a little bit on the late side, so sometimes when you're camping, not everything goes according to plan, and here we are. Cameron's over there making his beans and bannock. My son Cameron. Sometimes things don't turn out exactly as planned. I want to thicken a bit. I'm going to let it set with the heat off. Now I'm going to put stuff together. There's my rice looking pretty spiffy. Oh yeah, perfect. That's a cup of instant rice with some chicken bouillon in it. And here I got some turkey and green pepper, red pepper, and black beans, onions. Put those all in there too. If you're wondering why they're a little bit pale looking, it's the pulp from the black beans. The black beans were well dehydrated and they kind of exploded a little bit, I guess you could say, when they dried out, and that makes kind of a starchy powder that goes along with them, and it's got kind of a bit of a purple tint to it, which makes things look a little bit cloudy. There we go. Let's come along, and then we'll put our salsa and sour cream in there. Now I got medium salsa. I like a little bit of bite, although my stomach doesn't, but I won't tell you that story. We'll leave a few woods things secret. Anyway, there's the salsa and sour cream. We're gonna mix that in so you got some in kind of every bite, and you got a bit of a rice dish, my burrito filling. There, she's hot. Use that as a plate, or try to. Now, I only bring 2 of these. They're heavy. That's another reason why I'm doing it the first night, because I don't like the weight of the flatbread. Some guys, they take flatbread constantly, and I commend them for doing it, but guys and gals, I guess. But I just can't seem to handle the weight. I want dehydrated stuff. So, all right, so there we go. I'll put the cover, which has gone missing. Oh, I'm using it as a plate. Guess we won't put the cover on. And there we go. We got. Roll her up. I'm quite a master at rolling stuff, as you can see. You might be on the messy side. And we'll leave her open at the top. There. Chef Ramsay would be proud. Right there. There's a burrito. I got enough to make a second one, and I'll scarf down the rest of the dish just as a rice dish with my spoon. So there we go. Backcountry burritos. If you're better at folding them, I got too much filling in there, obviously. There we go. Backcountry burrito. We'll see you in the next video.